be a Sunday for hardware in Burlington. America East College basketball on ESPN. UVM carries the longest active winning streak in Division I onto Tom Brennan Court with a chance to clinch the regular season against third place Hartford. Hello and welcome to Tom Brennan Court alongside Bernie Saplicki, Alistair Ingram. Pretty astounding, Bernie. 4 games to go in the regular season, and UVM can clinch its second straight regular season crown.
Yeah, the Catamounts 12-0 in conference, the only team in the country who was undefeated in their conference, and a chance to clinch a tie, at least, in the America East today.
Vermont has won 15 consecutive conference games. Big game, though, today for Hartford, Bernie. 8-4, third place, and a win today clinches a home playoff game.
Yes, Hartford, a team that wants to stop this streak, but more importantly, get a first-round game at home in the America East tournament.
Catamounts' run has not been without injuries. Cam Ward stepping in the last 2 games for an injured Ernie Duncan and doing that astoundingly well.
Cam Ward just been spectacular. Just his energy, his emotion, the senior, a former 6th man of the year from the America East, creating space, scoring on the inside, stepping back with a little floater, but then also has the ability to hit the three-point shot, scoring at every level, and someone who wants to cap off a great senior season.
Cam Ward back to the bench today. Ernie Duncan returns to the starting lineup. Jason Dunn for Hartford can score inside, and he's also one of the best outside threats in this league.
Yes, a gentleman who scores 15 points a game, has made 76 three-pointers on the year, shooting close to 40%. Someone the Catamounts have to be aware of tonight to stop on the offensive end and protect the three-point line against.
Jason Dunn has made the most threes of any player in the conference this season. Bernie, Hartford's used the exact same starting 5 every game of conference play, and 3 of those starters average at least 13 points a game.
Yes, a good balanced attack for Hartford, but again, a team that likes to depend on the three-point shot as they've made over 200 this season, and something the Catamounts are going to have to take away here today to be successful once again.
Hawks are 8-4 in the league, third place behind 12-0 Vermont, and the Catamounts get a big body back today in Ernie Duncan, who's missed the last 2 games with a concussion. He scored 32, a game high, his last game out, and Cam Ward, as we mentioned, filled in admirably, but Ernie Duncan, a third-team all-conference selection last year and one of the best outside defenders all season.
I mean, just think about what Vermont did in the last game. You know, no Ernie Duncan, no Anthony Lamb. Trey Bell Haynes plays 20 minutes, and New Hampshire can't even really, they hang around but don't get the job done, and what Vermont has done this season is unbelievable. But with Ernie Duncan back into the lineup, it really helps Vermont defensively, because I believe he's one of the best on-ball defenders and someone who should be an all-league defensive player.
Big A10 battle on Friday. St. Bonaventure, Rhode Island. The Rams lose, and now the Catamounts have the longest active winning streak in the country for the 2nd consecutive season.
Well, St. Bonaventure's broke the Catamounts' hearts with that three-pointer earlier in the season, but the joy for St. Bonaventure's has been reestablished here in Catamount country because of that win the other night. Now the Catamounts with the longest winning streak in the country for the 2nd year in a row, which is so impressive.
It's 15 straight this year for John Becker and company. Last year they carried a 21-game winning streak into the NCAA tournament against Purdue. John Becker 13-1 in his career against Hartford. This year's Hawks team, though arguably one of the best that UH has had in quite some time, a very dangerous junior class, and this team can score.
They can score as they really make the extra pass off a dribble penetration, so Vermont's going to have to guard the ball very well. And, but watch out, there's a backdoor cut.
J.R. Lynch off the window, wide open.
Yeah, just something that we saw in the opening, as Dunn got the layup in the opening. Lynch gets that backdoor cut, great pass by Carroll, 2-0 Hartford.
Lynch is averaging 16 points a game his last 7, all of which he scored in double figures. Hartford the early lead, 35 seconds in, as Henson goes to work on John Carroll, spinning to his left. Can't finish off the window.
Hartford, a team traditionally that likes to mix it up, zone, little 1-3-1 right there, go straight man-to-man. Henson on the block, goes with the left hand, a little too hard. Hartford corralling the rebounds.
Another backdoor cut. Dunn tries the reverse layup and draws contact.
Yeah, Ernie Duncan, again coming back from the concussion, a very good defender, 2 times in a row, beat on the back door. Great passes by Carroll and Dunn, going to the line.
78% for Dunn at the free throw line this season. He's now 70 points away from 1,000 in his career, and Duncan takes an early seat after that first personal foul, replaced by Cam Ward, who's played 68 minutes the last 2 games in Duncan's absence.
Yeah, another good start for an opposing team against Vermont. Hartford comes out up 4-0 in the first minute.
And that was one of the main keys, Bernie, today for UVM. They've really played 3 or 4 consecutive games now, struggling to get off to a start. And you talk about the mental wear of a 15-game winning streak.
Well, that's part of it, and everybody wants to take your best shot against the king of the mountain, in which Vermont is. They go inside to Drew Urquhart. He gets double-teamed, kicks it out to Everett Duncan, who is a tremendous three-point shooter, shooting, 49%, and that one came up a little short.
Everett Duncan, 7 of his last 8 from three-point range. Career high 13 points the last 2 games. Hartford on top 4-0 here in the first 90 seconds. J.R. Lynch going to work against Cam Ward. Lefty dribble, step back jump shot, rattles down, and one.
Tremendous individual move right there by J.R. Lynch. Couple of through the legs, the pull up as the shot clock's winding down, gets the hoop, the harm, has a chance for the natural three-point play.
Try to tack on the extra point here for Hartford. 86% to the foul line this season, 7-zip. Another slow start for UVM, the reigning champs.
And again, that's Hartford making their shots, getting easy looks. Vermont got good looks, but just haven't cashed in.
Everett Duncan, a baseline drive, kicks out for Bell Haynes. Touch pass for Drew Urquhart. Bell Haynes triggers a 3. Off the mark. Jason Dunn the rebound. Across midcourt, has Lynch with him. Dunn pulls up, throws out, and Hartford will slow the pace with a 7-0 lead 2 minutes in to the Catamounts' 4th to last regular season game of the season, trying to clinch their 2nd straight regular season crown at 12-0. And Hartford 8-4 with a win, trying to wrap up a home playoff game.
Yeah, a lot on the line as we start the last quarter of the America East regular season. And Hartford showing why they're a contender here early.
Dunn gets Bell Haynes in the air and hits.
A 9-0 run to start the game in the first 2.5. Hartford once again making tough contested shots as the natives are a little restless here in Patrick Gym.
Urquhart settles him down a bit with an elbow J.
Drew Urquhart, just someone who has stepped up in the absence of Anthony Lamb, averaging 10 points a game, but just, again, playing with such confidence and at an all-league level.
Interior pass to Dunn on the cut, lays it in. This Hartford team has 8 road wins on the season. That's tied for their most since '97. They've proven they can win away from Chase Arena.
Yeah, and just great execution right there. There was a potential for a flare screen, but Dunn, instead of using that flare screen, cut to the basket, great pass. And again, Hartford just good deliveries on these passes and finishing at the basket.
Hawks are perfect from the field. Catamounts are 1 of 4. Here's Ward. Enters the post to Peyton Henson, defended by John Carroll, an Irish international. Henson, a righty pound, kicks out to Bell Haynes with 13 to shoot. Bell Haynes, the reigning conference player of the year. Baseline drive, bounces to Urquhart, swatted away by Carroll. Emphatic block.
Yeah, just Carroll meeting him at the rim and rejecting that one.
Lynch thought about a 3, but pulls it back. 11-2, the Hawks on top. They've lost 9 straight against the Catamounts.
You could just feel a lot of energy and excitement in this building, a different feel than the other night. And Hartford off to a tremendous start.
Here's Lynch, the junior point guard, 4 assists per game, 13 points a game, up 5 from his scoring average last year as a sophomore. Pulls back, pops a 3, and hits.
Can't ask for a better start right there. Lynch with the pullback through the legs once again, the triple. He's got 8.
A perfect, literally perfect offensive start for the Hawks on the road. Henson on the right block, using the window. Down it goes.
Great post position by Henson right there, getting that 2 to go. Like as you mentioned, Hartford 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 3 of 3 from the foul line. 14 points and just playing tremendous offensively.
Against the best defensive team in America East.
And again, it's not like Vermont is playing poorly. Hartford's just playing better.
There's the first miss for Travis Wetherington, who's a 3-point specialist.
Yeah, could have been a foul right there, but nothing.
Bell Haynes tried to dump it down to Everett Duncan, stolen by J.R. Lynch.
Yeah, the spin move right there. Lynch was there to take that away.
Carroll can't connect. It's out off his feet, out of bounds. And a dream start for John Gallagher's Hartford Hawks. It's 14-4 for the third-place Hawks in this primetime Sunday matinee in Burlington.
I don't think you can overstate how big of an advantage it is to be playing a championship game in front of your home crowd.
Standing room only, and just at the end, like having everybody rush the court, it's like a surreal feeling.
Obviously that shot, has been a big part of this program's history, and they did a lot of winning here, and that's why I came here. We had that opportunity, just got to take it.
Just to go out as a winner.
Cut down the nets at home. Win at home, win it all.
Our house rules.
Our house rules.
Our house rules.
The third place Hartford Hawks trying to make it 5 consecutive road wins here at Tom Brennan Court. The 14-4 cushion on the Catamounts. J.R. Lynch and Jason Dunn a combined 5 for 5 shooting here in the opening 5 minutes.
Yes, and Jason Dunn just hitting tough shots. J.R. Lynch hitting the 2 tough shots down at the end of the shot clock. Contested shots, but going down. Hartford 5 of 7, 1 for 1 from three-point land, 3 of 3 from the foul line, just putting together a great opening first 5 minutes.
Ben Shungu into the game. We'll keep you posted on the time. The middle of our score graphic, and a 10-point Hartford lead early on here. Benny Shungu pulls in, tries to lob for Urquhart, deflected away by Hassan Atia, who leads Hartford in block shots. Cats get it back with 6 to shoot. Henson pops a 3. Weatherington the rebound.
Yeah, Benny Shungu, I think when he gets in a lane like that, he's got to go up and shoot that. He's wide open. He's a good enough scorer to shoot that. Henson at the end of the shot clock with a deep 3. Good contest by Hartford. Henson couldn't connect. Hartford held him to 1.
Henson that time deflecting the ball away. Bell Haynes Euro step and gets fouled by Dunn.
Yeah, just again, the change of speed and change of direction by Trey Bell Haynes going coast to coast off the defensive steal. Good defense leading to easy offense, and Trey Bell Haynes getting to the foul line.
Trey Bell Haynes, who is in foul trouble seemingly all of Thursday's game against New Hampshire. He's 28 for 33 his last 5 games at the free throw line.
And for Vermont, again, there's no 9-point play in basketball. You just have to kind of grind it out, go possession at a time, and get some stops. You hope that Hartford can't continue to shoot the ball as well as they are. But with the way that Hartford can execute their offense and methodically score at the end of the shot clock, you want to try to pick up the tempo a little bit to force a little bit more play and pace.
And you look at this homestand for UVM. This is game 3 of 4. Catamounts were down by as many as 12 against UMass Lowell in the first half, and then down by as many as 5 against UNH on Thursday.
Yeah, just again, everybody taking their best shot at the Catamounts.
Carroll can't connect as he drew contact from Henson. Officials let him play, and Bell Haynes gives it up to Weatherington.
Yeah, a lot of contact all over the place.
And that'll be the second personal on Ernie Duncan on Jason Dunn's drive.
Yeah, Carroll gets to the rim. There was contact between he and Henson a couple of possessions ago. Trey Bell Haynes going coast to coast uncharacteristically, loses the feel. Hartford coming back at it, gets the second foul on Ernie Duncan, and UVM going to its bench for a little depth here.
So not the reunion Ernie Duncan was looking for with his teammates after missing the last 2 with concussion. 2 early fouls for the sharpshooter. Cam Ward, Nate Rohr back in for the Catamounts, who trail by 8 points. 6:10 gone by here in half number 1 as Weatherington, an outstanding 3-point shooter, rattles off.
Yeah, 44% 3-point shooters, made 52 on the season. That thing did everything but go down as it rattled all of the rim.
Weatherington just 3 for his last 14 from long range, but he's the second best percentage shooter from 3 in the conference as Cam Ward knocks down a long 2, and he's been huge for the Catamounts, whether it's off the bench or in the starting lineup the last 2 games.
And, the other part of it, too, the intangible stuff in terms of the energy and the emotion that he brought, especially against UNH the other night, just took it to another level and just playing very good basketball in his senior year.
Vermont has cut it down to 6. 12 seconds to shoot here as Jason Dunn controls. 15 points a game as he battles against Cam Ward. Dunn the lefty dribble, crosses over, pulls a 3, knocks it down in Cam Ward's face. What more can you do?
No, not much. I mean, that's just a tremendous offense. I mean, that's a great move, hesitation, crossover, contested 3. Good defense, great offense. Hartford now up 17-8.
That's 77 threes this year for Dunn to lead America East. A whistle away from the ball. That's going to go against Hartford, and that'll be the second on Jason Dunn as he clipped the elbow of Cam Ward.
Yeah, and that's a tough foul right there. So far away from the basket, not involved in the play, but just contact that puts him to the bench, and we'll be interested to see if he has to sit now with 2 fouls for the rest of the half.
So Duncan and Dunn, who started the game, matched up against one another, both with a pair of fouls. And George Blakijevic, an Australian, into the game to take his place as Hartford switches his defense.
Yeah, right to that extended 1-3-1. They play big in the middle. Got to get the ball to the high post.
Cats tried to get it inside to Henson, deflected away, and the officials will confer here. I think it's going to be overturned.
It should be. He made a mistake.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, and, again, there's Hartford showing that 1-3-1. Again, you got to get the ball to the middle of the floor, and that'll make the defense extend out, and then, you'll be able to either score from the high post or find an open 3 on the wing.
5 left in the shot clock. Bell Haynes, one-hand pass inside to Rob Petty, and called for steps.
A good look by Trey Bell Haynes. Rock catches it on the baseline, just shuffles the feet before he put the ball down. Turnover to Hartford.
And Bell Haynes will take a breather. Everett Duncan back in. Hartford leading by 9 points, trying to make it 5 consecutive road wins. Hartford lost by 23 on its home floor to UVM last month, in a game that really wasn't close from the start.
No, Vermont just came out and took care of business right away. But Hartford off to the great start here is Carroll, who has 3-point range, was a little long on that shot.
Carroll, the leading scorer for Hartford this year, 15 points a game, one of 3 Hawks that average more than 13 a contest. Hartford stays in that matchup zone as Cam Ward can't connect on a 3. Fouls on the floor, and it's going to go against Jack Hobbs.
Yeah, just good inside position by Peyton Henson. Gets the push from behind. So Vermont will get another possession when we come back with Hartford up 9.
Some lucky fans receiving 2 large cheese pizzas delivered fresh from our friends at Leonardo's. The start in the section across from me, we've got some cheer team members delivering, and the winning section number is Section 7. And in Section 7, the winning row is Row Q. Section 7, Row Q, congratulations. All right, ladies, now it's the sections behind me. It is Section 10. And in Section 10, it is Row B. Section 10, Row B, congratulations. You're our winners in today's Leonardo's Pizza giveaway. Thanks to our friends at Leonardo's, and as always, share your pizza. Does our house rule find out in March when all rounds of the America East men's basketball playoffs will be held at the home court of the higher seeds? Win it home, win it all. America East playoffs coming in March.
Impressive start for the Hartford Hawks at 8-4 in the conference. 9-point lead on a Vermont team that's trying to clinch the regular season. 15 wins, Bernie, this year for Hartford. That's their most since 2014 when they won back-to-back seasons of 17.
Yes, Hartford having a very good season this year, 15-11. Really competitive, winning games on the road. An older team, experienced and good size, and obviously we've seen some shot making here today as they're 6 of 11, and just a team, as you can understand why they're at the upper tier of the America East.
1 game behind UMBC for the 2 seed, and they host the Retrievers on their senior night in a week and a half. UMBC taking on Albany today. They were down by 12 at halftime. Steph Smith draws some contact. The whistle comes from the backside, and it could be 3 free throws for Steph Smith.
Shot fake. They're going to check the monitor to see, I bet you, to see if it's 3 or 2 free throws.
Officials review.
Blagojevic called for the personal foul in no man's land as Smith got him in the air.
Yeah, that's, again, heads-up play by the rookie, the shot fake, getting the defender to leave their feet, getting that contact, which really affected the shot opportunity, and why we'll find out shortly whether he's going to the line for 2 or 3.
How much of these first 8.5 minutes in your mind have been about what Hartford's done as opposed to what UVM has not done?
I think it's been more about what Hartford has done. I think they've been the aggressor. I think they came out and just was in attack mode. And, you know, again, UVM the last 4 games has been kind of on their heels to start and found a 10-minute window or 12-minute window to kind of impose their will on the game. As the officials say, it'll be a 2-shot foul. And pull out the win. And if you do that long enough, it's going to catch up with you at some point. And early on here, Hartford just totally dictating the game. And you can just kind of feel there's a lot of energy in this building, but everybody's on their hands, waiting to erupt. And Hartford has not allowed the Catamounts or the Catamount faithful to erupt as Smith knocks down the first free throw.
16 for 25 shooting foul shots this season, Steph Smith. That being said, as we talked about Thursday, it takes 40 minutes on the road to beat this Vermont team.
It does, but you worry about complacency. You worry about, okay, we can flip the switch. You want to have that switch on for 40 and take care of business.
Hartford trying to win 5 consecutive road games for the first time in 4 seasons. J.R. Lynch off to a fast start, 3 for 3. Blagojevic goes to the baseline here for John Carroll against Rob Petty. Blagojevic in the post, up fakes, fall away, down it goes.
Great move by the big fella. Better catch first, the spin in the lane, gets it to go. Hartford now up 19-10.
Blagojevic from Victoria, Australia, one of 8 foreign players. Lob to Petty. Not the thunderous finish he wanted, but it goes through.
No, just a great read by the 2 rookies. Nobody was in the lane. The help came, the lob pass. He wanted to send it home and get this place to erupt, but got it to finish. But more importantly is the crowd chants defense. That's what Vermont needs to play, as Hartford's offense has been tremendous.
Wetherington can't finish with the left hand. 7-point game, Hartford on top. Ticking down toward the midway point of this first half in Burlington on this Sunday as the Cats try and clinch their 2nd straight regular season championship. Can Ward into the paint. Lobs it out for Steph Smith, the rookie. Dump pass to Petty, draws some contacts, ball's on the end line. It'll stay with UVM with 13 seconds left to shoot.
Yeah, just a lot of dribble right there by UVM in that half-court offense set. Got into the lane, but just not ball movement to get the defense to move. Too much, when you dribble like that so much, it's just easier to defend because you can just kind of follow the ball. Vermont's got to get that ball moving a little more in the air.
Urquhart and Bell Haynes, 2 seniors, back into the game as Smith lobs for Urquhart. Scored double figures in 6 consecutive games. Petty top of the key, handoff for Smith. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Urquhart dribbles to his right, takes a bump on the chest, and will go to the foul line.
And that's where Vermont's, stretch 4 and 5 men, Urquhart, Henson, Lamb, when he's healthy and hopefully comes back for Vermont, their ability at the end of the shot clock to take their big guy off the bounce and get to the rim like this is just such a benefit. And Urquhart goes to the line for 2.
Kind roll on number 1, 75% for the Canadian. Midway through the first half, John Becker again 13-1 in his career against Hartford, only lost back in 2013. And Urquhart with his 2nd foul shot can make this a 5-point game.
And he does right there, as you can feel momentum kind of hanging in the balance. Hartford still so successful with those backdoor cuts. Can they continue?
19-14 the score. Apologize for the issues with the score bucket at the bottom. Atia kicks to the corner. And here's J.R. Lynch. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lynch the dribble drive and was pushed by Steph Smith.
That's a good call right there. Again, at the end of the shot clock, Lynch has been so good to be able to create his own shot and score. Gets into the lane. Smith could see the forearm on his back, on Lynch's back, and just that push, which caused Lynch to become off balance, and the easy foul call.
Fourth team foul in Vermont, 5 so far in the first half on Hartford. Just past the midway point of this first half, Wetherington drives in on Shungu and banks it home.
That's a big, strong move right there. Going to his right, elevating and finishing at the rim. Again, known more as a three-point shooter, but gets that hoop at the layup.
Wetherington out of Palm Beach, Florida, hit 10 threes in a game earlier this season as Hassan Attia picks up his first personal.
Yeah, right there, again, against the zone that they just kind of change up. Vermont just has to look to attack and finish. The guards are getting into the lane but thinking pass first in this situation because Hartford is playing the pass. They got to think score.
5-point ball game. Steph Smith pulls for 2, knocks it down.
And that's tremendous offense right there. High screen and roll. Hartford is switching. They're backing up. Steph Smith makes that shot all the time, pulls up from 15, gets it to go.
Smith with 4 in the first half. Lynch, shovel pass, done. Off to the right, and Bell Haynes tracks down the rebound.
And that's a shot Hartford wants done shooting every time. A good look right there.
21-16, your scoreline. Bell Haynes slobs inside to a double team. Urquhart up in the air. Finds Shungu. Duncan, catch and shoot. Buries it.
Once again, as this place erupts, Drew Urquhart with a great catch and saving at the extra pass. Everett Duncan for 3.
Another back cut for Wetherington, and that calms the crowd right down.
It does. Just a tremendous pass right there. And another back cut, easy layup. Vermont overplaying and protecting the three-point line. But with that, the sacrifice of the backdoor layup.
Urquhart on the cut, can't finish. Dunn wants to push the pace. Bounce pass to Wetherington, has to save it, and Shungu the steal. Burlington native in transition. Handoff for Smith, 18-footer, off the window.
Something you don't see very often from the outside. The kiss off the glass from 18, the little handoff by Shungu to Steph Smith. Once again, the depth and the rookies stepping up for Vermont as they cut the lead back to 2.
Saw him use the window from about 25 feet on Thursday in the SC Top 10 nominee.
I don't think he was trying to do that time, but he definitely was this time.
The glass is Steph Smith's best friend right now. And it's a 2-point game. Crowd back into it, chanting defense as J.R. Lynch pulls an off-balance 3. That's off to the right. Whistles on the floor. That's going to be against UVM.
Yeah, that's a hold on the block out. That's another good call right there. Catamounts with some momentum, trailing by 2.
Respect is hard work. Respect is dedication.
Respect is earned on the court or on the field.
Respect doesn't judge based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
Respect is being the first conference to partner with the You Can Play project.
And the first conference in the LGBT Sports Safe Founders Club.
Respect coaches, players, and the game.
Respect similarities.
Respect differences.
Spread respect.
Spread respect.
Spread respect.
Tough, powerful, versatile. It's a cat. Equipment you want, features you need, support you can trust. Now you can get a cat. Because for a limited time, Milton Cat is offering 0% financing for 60 months on most machines. Now you can at Milton Cat.
I don't think you can overstate how big of an advantage it is to be playing a championship game in front of your home crowd.
Standing room only, and just at the end, like having everybody rush the court is like a surreal feeling.
Obviously that shot, has been a big part of this program's history, and they did a lot of winning here, and that's why I came here. We had that opportunity, just got to take it.
Just to go out as a winner.
Cut down the nets at home. Win at home, win it all.
Our house rules.
Our house rules.
Our house rules.
For re-entry into the Patrick Gym.
Well, this Patrick Gym crowd on this Sunday trying to urge its team on to a second straight regular season championship. Bernie, they've been waiting for a reason to erupt. Everett Duncan, Steph Smith have knocked down a couple of jump shots, but it seems as though Hartford every time is able to take that punch and counter.
Yes, the back door has been the best friend for Hartford, getting at least 3 layups in the first half off of that back cut. But you look at Vermont, 7 of 14, 1 of 5 from 3. So they're 6 of 9 from 2. So, again, they got to get inside and attack that basket, to get easier shots because they're making them.
And UVM on Thursday against New Hampshire took 26 threes, a little bit out of character for this squad, though they are the most efficient three-point shooting team in the league. Offensive foul on J.R. Lynch.
That was actually it was a moving screen on Atia, not Lynch right there. Just didn't get set, so that's his second foul right there. The third Hawk with 2 fouls.
And Hassan Atia from Egypt, he's the primary interior defender, has blocked 50 shots this year, so now we'll see if the Cats can continue to go inside.
Yeah, they're just really, again, got to continue to attack and go inside out. They go inside out, they'll get easier looks from the three-point line. That'll be more wide open. They tried it right there. Hartford went with the double team big to big as Urquhart tried to kick it out. Carroll got a piece of it to knock it out of bounds.
And Hartford gets some more size into the game with Jack Hobbs at 6'7", senior from Alaska. Blagajevic is guarding Urquhart right now with 2 fouls.
Well, but they're also now changing it up. You can see they're going to go right to that zone right away here. A funky kind of zone.
Bell-Haynes kicks to Cam Ward, fakes a 3. 4 seconds to shoot for Trey Bell-Haynes into the lane, keeps his footwork, and banks it in with the left.
Yeah, that's just tremendous patience by Trey Bell-Haynes. Just getting into the lane, spinning, getting it to go. He's got 4. Game is tied.
23 apiece. Catamounts have never led today. Hartford led by as many as 12. 4 minutes in. Here's Jason Dunn. J.R. Lynch works against Cam Ward. Another pullback, another offensive foul.
Yeah, he cleared out with the push. Right there, a lot of conversation going on as Lynch tried to create space. He pushed off with his hand. Interesting call to me.
John Gallagher certainly in disagreement in his 8th year as the head coach at Hartford. So Catamount basketball tied at 23, trying to take their first lead of the day with 6 to go in the first half. Bell-Haynes bounces to Cam Ward, looks into the post. Bounce pass to the elbow, finds Urquhart. Kick to Bell-Haynes, dribble drive into the paint. Finds Urquhart up and under and gets it to go.
Just tremendous basketball right there. As you see the ball getting into Urquhart, everybody has to collapse. He gets it out to Trey Bell-Haynes. Poor closeouts. He's able to explode by, get into the lane. Beautiful pass. The 2 seniors connect. Catamounts take their first lead of the afternoon.
And Urquhart active hands to knock it away from Carroll. Trey Bell-Haynes in against traffic. Offensive foul. And John Becker's not going to like that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. Trey Bell-Haynes going to the basket. I don't think the defender was set. Hobbs was set, but sacrificed his body, getting back in transition. But the play before, you talked about Urquhart showing good hands, but great feet. He didn't get caught, trying to get into a battle of the body inside. He moved his feet, got around, able to deflect the ball, get the steal, get into transition, but the Trey Bell-Haynes charge.
Yeah, Urquhart's not your typical 5. Can shoot from the outside. His Dunn misses, too short. Urquhart the rebound. Guy that can, again, step out and shoot. He's knocked down 11 threes. And his ability to pop to the outside and then drive. Not something that a lot of 5s can do.
No, just, again, his versatility, so tough to match up against.
Duncan extra pass. Henson up fakes a 3. 13 seconds to shoot. Catamounts by 2. Here's Everett Duncan. Bounce pass to the baseline. Urquhart skips it to Bell-Haynes. Gives up a 3, leans in for 2, gets it to go down.
Again, the ball movement and the patience by Vermont against the zone. Moving the ball, could have taken a couple of okay shots, but they get a great shot at the rim by the defending America East Player of the Year.
And Carroll knocks down the long two. Timeout John Gallagher as he's out almost to the center court logo.
Yeah, nice shot by Carroll right there. Again, the big guy can knock that mid-range to three-point shot down, gets it to go. Hartford cuts the lead to 2.
First bucket tonight for John Carroll, averages 15 points a game. We get a tight one with 4:17 to go here in this first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again the University of Vermont cheer team.
That's what they said on the website. They just need more updates on the scoreboard this year.
So do they want more time and score, or he's got 9 points, he's got 2 fouls?
Yeah,
the more individualized statistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like basically everything that's up there that's not on that scoreboard.
So the individual statistics and fouls.
Okay.
And I won't drink this, so if you want it, as you
No, I should be good.
Okay.
Should be good, yeah.
You don't need to ration if you're ration. Well, we can talk about the balance scoring for Vermont. 3 guys with 6, 3 guys with 2, and a Duncan for 3. For Vermont, 9 of 12 from 2.
Hartford started 5 of 5.
Right, and they're 8 of 12 from 2.
Back here in Burlington, Alistair Ingram, Bernie Saplicki here with you as Drew Urquhart and the Catamounts have roared back from as many as 12 down to take a 2-point lead, and typical balance offensively for UVM. 3 players with 6 points to lead the way.
Yes, Steph Smith, Drew Urquhart, Trey Bell-Haynes all with 6, but Everett Duncan with 3, and then 3 other Catamounts, Peyton Henson, Cam Ward, and Rob Petty all with 2, just to balance. And both of these teams, Hartford 8 of 12 from 2, Vermont 9 of 12 from 2, struggling from behind the arc as Hartford is 2 of 7 and Vermont is 1 of 5. And to cap it all off, both teams perfect from the free throw line. Vermont 6 of 6, Hartford 3 of 3.
Another good defensive play by John Carroll, the 6'8 redshirt junior from Ireland who's missed a lot of time due to injury in his career. Had a big block early in the game, and Hartford can tie it up or take its second lead. As J.R. Lynch runs the point, 4 assists a game this season and 13 points a contest. Both career highs. Jason Dunn off a pick. Baseline, it's Carroll. Leans into a double team. Crowd thought he lost his pivot. And here's Blagojevic. Goes in against Henson, off the window. Down it goes.
Another shot that goes in for Hartford at the end of the shot clock. Vermont, really good defense right there. As you mentioned, Carroll might have gotten away with the travel, but a good finish at the end. Game is tied at 27.
Cam Ward launches and hits.
Just stepping up Cam Ward. The ball goes inside against the zone. Urquhart turns, looks opposite Cam Ward, wide open. He knocks down the triple. Cats up 3.
Second bucket of the game for Cam Ward. He's shooting 50% in conference play this season. UVM back on top by 3. Jason Dunn in that motion offense. Finds Lynch in the corner against Steph Smith. Lynch a lefty drive, picks up his dribble in the paint. Handoff Blagojevic, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, the end of the shot clock. Just, again, Hartford's ability to attack the basket, and that is one of the things that the coaching staff from UVM was concerned about, just their on-the-ball defense, because if they don't do a good job on the ball, Hartford was going to get easy shots, and that's happened here at the end of the shot clock.
Ernie Duncan, Trey Bell-Haynes back in for UVM. Travis Wetherington returns for Hartford. John Becker's squad trying to move one step closer to a regular season championship. Blagojevic now 15 of 25 at the foul line this year.
And interesting that Coach Becker comes back in with Ernie Duncan, who has the 2 fouls right now.
With 2:40 to play in the first half, Ernie Duncan, the 2 early ones, missed the last 2 games with a concussion. Best 3-point shooter in UVM history. Trey Bell-Haynes against Blagijevic as he drives under the basket. Plenty of time to shoot. Both Duncan brothers on the floor now. It's the starting five for the Catamounts. Duncan creates some space. Back iron.
You get a lot of dribble by Vermont in that possession and not a lot of ball movement, settling for a tough 2 with 7 on the shot clock.
Shake and bake from J.R. Lynch. Pretty impressed with his ability to run the floor for Hartford in this first half.
Yeah, he does a really good job for Hartford. He's got 8 points, but making tough shots at the end of the shot clock.
And he takes another cut to the basket, lays it home.
Just a beautiful pass by John Carroll right there off the shuffle cut. Gets the easy layup for his teammate J.R. Lynch, who has 10, and the game is tied at 30.
Lynch is top 40 in the country in minutes played. He played all 40 against Maine on Thursdays. Both these teams on Thursday had to grind out wins. 9 team fouls now on the Hawks. It'll be a 1-on-1 situation for Trey Bell-Haynes with 100 seconds to go in the first half, and once again a tie score.
And another Hartford Hawk with 2 fouls as Lynch has 2, Dunn has 2. And a couple of the bigs for Hartford with 2 as well.
Bell-Haynes earns a second foul shot. John Gallagher's squad led by as many as 12 in this first half. Gallagher, a former standout at St. Joe's, part of a Sweet 16 team in '96, as Bell-Haynes tries to put his team up by 2.
And Vermont cashing in from the foul line as they are 8 for 8 in the first half. They take a 2-point lead.
Again, UVM was tied with New Hampshire, 33 apiece at halftime on Thursday. Another tight one here coming down the stretch. Dunn launches a 3, and down it goes again.
Great catch and shoot right there by Dunn, but again, the dribble penetration into the middle of the floor creates that catch and shoot opportunity. Hartford takes the lead and falls back into their zone.
Urquhart inside the foul line. It caroms off the rim, and here's Wetherington. And the Hawks will slow the pace to take us under a minute to go.
Yeah, right there, Drew Urquhart gets the ball, very indecisive. Loses control of it with the help of John Carroll's good hands. Hartford gets a steal and a chance to extend their lead.
Done with a couple of threes today. Up near 80 for the season. Step back from Carroll, too short. Defensive board for Peyton Henson. 13-second differential.
Chance for a quick 2-for-1 if they want it.
Henson draws some contact. That will be a blocking foul on John Carroll, his first. And now the Cats are in the double bonus.
And that's a good move by Peyton Henson, getting all the way to the rim. 50-50 call that goes the Catamounts' way. Henson gets to the line. And with 35.9, Vermont will have a chance to get the ball back for one more opportunity to score before the end of the half as Henson ties up the game.
Peyton Henson's last 9 games, he's only missed 2 free throws, 27 of 29.
Now 28 of 30 as the Cats take the lead.
And the Cats 10 for 10 at the stripe today, and that's been a big key for this team all year long. 75% for the season, 3rd in the league.
Well, when they say, when you're not shooting the ball great from the three-point line, you make your free throws. Vermont 2 of 6 from 3, 10 of 10 from the line.
5-second differential. UVM by 1. Long 3 for Jack Hobbs. It rattles off. Down and out. Here's Bell-Haynes with the shot clock turned off.
Yeah, just a quick 3 that, again, another one that did everything but go down. Vermont with a chance.
Everett Duncan, a long 3. Off to the right, crowd would have erupted, but UVM will take a 1-point lead into a tightly contested contest here at halftime.
Yeah, again, Hartford playing very good basketball offensively, executing their offense, getting layups. But Vermont takes that initial punch and takes a 1-point lead as we head into halftime.
2 of the top 3 teams in the league in a tight one here in Burlington.
There's just something about Vermont. It's more than green mountains and maple syrup. It's about the people. It's what makes us strong. No other company has symbolized Vermont's strength and independence more than Vermont Mutual. The only place to purchase Vermont Mutual policies is through local independent insurance agents. Vermont Mutual is the oldest insurance company in our state and also one of the highest rated in the nation. For your home, auto, and business insurance, visit Vermont Mutual online to find a local agent near you.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
The America East Women's Basketball Championship in Portland. Coming back to Maine, especially Portland, being so close to family, was an amazing feeling. The atmosphere was phenomenal. Maine has a great support system, especially towards basketball. Portland is a great area. I'm not far from it. There's such great scenery. I love visiting there.
Visit Portland for the 2018 America East Women's Basketball Tournament, March 3rd and 4th at the Cross Insurance Arena. Tickets are on sale now.
Hey, Portland, we'll see you in March.
Food for thought.
It's more than a common phrase.
It's the intellectual nourishment that surrounds us at the University of Vermont.
Those ideas.
That atmosphere, those classes that get us up in the morning
and keep us up at night. Food for thought connects us to other hungry thinkers who will change your world. Like this one.
Or even this one.
All the food for thought in the world is on the menu at the University of Vermont.
Let's dig in.
There is a greater strength in you.
A strength you may not see in yourself. But here, you are challenged and pushed and guided and encouraged and motivated and inspired
and propelled and excited and driven to succeed until you find it. That's the University of Hartford.
166 fans. Back at halftime in Burlington, Alistair Ingram, Bernie Saplicki here with you. We got a tight one on this Sunday. UVM a 1-point lead at the break, and a lot of tight contests around the conference on this Sunday. A lot of one-possession games, and the big one today around the league, Bernie, UMBC and Albany, the teams that are right ahead and right behind Hartford in the standings.
Yeah, just UMBC loses this game to Albany. Vermont has a chance to clinch the championship for the regular season outright with a victory today, but still a close game with some time to go.
Albany right now the 1-point lead on UMBC with 3 to go. UMBC at 9-3 in the conference. Albany right now at 8-4. And again, as you said, the UMBC lost today against Albany and a catamount win against Hartford. It's an outright regular season championship, second in a row for UVM. Halftime stats are next here from Tom Brennan Court.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, we got 2:30.
Fire those shots off. Let's go get a bunch of shots off. The number to beat is 7 shots. You gotta get 7 baskets if you want to come back for the final.
Are you hyped? Let's go.
Choose some noise, fans. Give them some support. There's only 15 seconds left. Down to 10 seconds. Nice try, Sam. 2, 1. There we go. We'll make one right on the buzzer beater. What's the number? 2 for Sam. Camille got 3. 3.
Yep, they're going.
Camille is the winner. She made 3 baskets to win. Now, over the course of the season, we'll be tracking the 2 contestants who shoot the most free throws. They will be invited back at our last game this coming Wednesday to shoot it out for $1,000 courtesy of Flat Fee Real Estate. Fans, look at that sportsmanship right there. Put it up. Put it up for Sam and Camille here. Give them some noise. Thanks, Steve. Back to you. Thanks so much, Sean. A big presenting sponsor of the 2017-18 Vermont men's basketball season It's Cabin Solutions America. And thanks to Xfinity for presenting today's game and providing fans with rally towels. Make sure to wave your rally towel and cheer on your Catamounts for a chance to be the fan of the game and win a prize courtesy of Xfinity. This year, the Cats win the community runs with each Catamount team win.
Talk about
Insurance will donate $100 to Burlington Girls Club of Burlington. To date, Vermont Mutual has donated $9,900. Special thank you to Vermont Mutual Insurance, protecting Vermonters since 1828. Essex Family Dental is the official dental provider for the Morris Catamount. Essex Family Dental prides themselves on experience, complete care, comfort, and convenient hours. Thanks to Essex Family Dental for supporting Vermont athletics.
We got a 1-point game at the break. UVM 34, Hartford 33, as the Cats try and wrap up their second straight regular season championship. Back here at Tom Running Court, Alistair Ingram and Bernie Saplicki here with you. Bernie, almost a carbon copy of the last 3 home games for UVM, trailing most of the first half, battling back and take a slim lead.
Yes, Vermont sluggish, but that was due to Hartford's unbelievable execution offensively, especially with backdoor cuts, making some easy shots early on to get a big lead.
Yeah, the Hartford Hawks made their first 5 shots from the field. J.R. Lynch, Jason Dunn, both getting it done, but credit the Catamounts settling down and getting balanced scoring as they usually do.
Yes, the Catamounts with great balance, but again, the story for me at the in the first half for Hartford was just their ability to make shots at the end of the shot clock.
All right, for the Catamounts, a team-high 8 points for Trey Bell Haynes. Free throw shooting has been big today for the Catamounts, 10 for 10 at the stripe.
Yeah, they've been capitalizing on those free throw opportunities, but Vermont struggling to stop dribble penetration. And right there was a look. They're getting into the lane for Hartford, kicking it out for the 3 for Jason Dunn, his second of the afternoon, and he has a game-high 12 at half.
Halftime stats presented by Vermont Mutual Insurance Group, and a surprisingly low number of rebounds, only 20 total, 1 total personal offensive rebound in the first half.
Yes, Hartford with a team rebound offensively, and Peyton Henson with 1 offensive rebound for the Catamounts, but not a lot of field goal opportunities. Vermont only took 20, and Hartford has taken 24.
What does Hartford have to do here in the second half to grab an upset? We talked about it. A lot of teams have come close through 20 minutes, but it takes 40 at Patrick Gym.
It does take 40. I think Hartford has to do a little bit better defensively. They're changing up the zone, but Vermont has been able to capitalize and exploit the middle of the zones and get easy opportunities out of that.
Catamount fans hoping for hardware today. UVM with a 1-point lead at the break. It's 34-33. Catamounts with a UMBC loss against Albany today and a win against Hartford can clinch their second straight regular season championship. Back in a flash in Burlington. Mystery man. No. One-point game at halftime. Alistair Ingram, Bernie Saplicki back here with you at the break. College basketball on ESPN. Hartford had as much as a 12-point lead in that first half of play. The road ahead for the Catamounts will take them to one more home game on this 4-game homestand. That is senior night on Wednesday, and then 2 road games to close out the regular season.
Yeah, senior night, always an emotional night, and with this collective group of fine young student athletes for Vermont, this place will be packed and it'll be filled with lots of emotions for kids that deserve one special recognition.
All those games available right here on ESPN3. The final game of the season for Hartford is a home game against UMBC, and a game that very well could decide the 2 or the 3 seed.
You know, it could. There's just so much stuff happening, and that'll be a big one for both of those teams as UMBC gets a big win today against Albany.
Heading to the second half as the Cats storming back from 12 down. J.R. Lynch, Jason Dunn combining to go 8 of 11 shooting in the first half.
So that's not good.
No, but if we win, it's only
right.
one game,
I guess I'm just,
difference.
You know, Albany now with 6 losses. Who wins the tiebreaker if Albany and Hartford are 10-6?
I know Hartford lost to Albany recently. I don't know about the first one, though.
They split.
They split?
So do you go top down?
I think so.
So Hartford has a win over UMBC. I'm sorry, Albany has a win over UMBC. They're 1-1 against each other. So if UMBC beats Hartford again, if both teams are 10-6.
Yeah.
Okay. But we still got business to take care of here.
Heading to half number 2 in Burlington. Alistair Ingram, Bernie Saplicki back here with you. John Becker's squad trying to clinch a second straight regular season championship, but getting all they can handle today from the third place Hartford Hawks.
Yes, you know, Hartford again coming out with a great start, and it's going to be interesting to see who delivers the first blow here in the second half. You know, you look at these numbers, and especially for Vermont, 2 of 7 from 3. But 9 of 13 from 2. And again, they have to continue to attack and go inside out, which will create easier and more open 3-point opportunities in the second half.
Also a perfect 10 for 10 at the free throw line. Bell Haynes will lob it into Drew Urquhart, who had 6 in the first half. Backdoor cut from Henson, rises, met at the rim by Atiyah, and he'll go to the free throw line.
But that's Atiyah's third foul right there. Just, again, the double came big to big. Drew Urquhart able to recognize it, finds Henson, who went to the rim to try to go for the thunderous dunk. But it was deterred, and now he'll go to the line for 2.
Hassan Atiyah, big guy to clear. He's 6'10", 270, one of only 3 players in Hartford history with 100 career blocks. It's a category that's led by Vin Baker.
Not a bad player.
And Henson finally misses a free throw. It's his first missed foul shot in 9 games.
Yeah, and Coach Gallagher electing to stay with the big fellow who has 3 fouls early here in the second half.
Corner 3 goes down from Jason Dunn, America's leader in 3-point field goals.
That's just a great shot, another great shot right there by Dunn, just running to his left, catching the ball, able to square as he's contested, gets it to go, and Hartford retakes the lead as Cam Ward starts the second half for Ernie Duncan.
And he's defended by Dunn. Finds an open Henson, corner 3, too short. Atiyah the rebound. Jason Dunn now with 15 to match his season average. He scored 20-plus in each of Hartford's last 3 road games.
And there's the dribble penetration by Vermont, getting into the lane, getting the wide-open look for Henson, a shot he has made this season. Just a little short right there.
Atiyah shooting almost 70% from the field, can't finish there. The last stop of the Egyptian center, John Gallagher, disagrees along with the rest of his coaching staff. But it's Vermont ball, trailing by 1.
Yeah, is that, again, is that Vermont ball or is that Atiyah's 4th foul? I think you'd rather have Vermont ball.
4 Hawks with at least 2 personal fouls today. Bell Haynes will use the pick from Drew Urquhart. Weaves his way through traffic and off the window.
His ability to go east and west on a dime and just change direction like that and finish at the rim is just at another level. It's just so spectacular. As he gets that hoop to go, he now has 10.
The patience, too. I mean, he doesn't just attack the basket. He waits, sees where the pick is, and finds a crease. As Carroll hoists from 2, rattles down.
Yeah, just a high screen and roll. Not defended well. Carroll pops out, 17-footer. He gets that to go. His 2nd bucket of the afternoon. He has 4.
Carroll scored double figures all but 3 games this year. His lowest scoring output came against the Catamounts last month with 5 at home. Urquhart goes to work against Carroll. Kick to the corner. Henson tries the other side. That one goes down.
That was pure right there. Again, Drew Urquhart finding out of the double team opposite Henson, the other big who can stretch the defense. A wide open 3. He gets it to go. Cats up 2 as Henson has 8.
And Atiyah stripped by Bell Haynes. Cats in transition, 3-on-3. Ward the lob, and it goes off the rim. He had Henson open, but the basket got in the way. And here's Jason Dunn the other way. Kick out to the far side. Weatherington hoists. Off the back heel, and a strong defensive board for Drew Urquhart.
You know, I understand you want the highlight reel play, but Cam Ward, just keep it simple. A game that's this close, you got to get the easy bucket.
That's 4 on number 44.
Yeah, that's it. That's his 4th right there, going and attacking him. Atiyah picks up his 4th. That's a big foul right there for Hartford, as he'll have to go to the bench for a while. But again, just anybody out there, keep it simple. Just keep it simple. We understand. We see all the highlights. We see everything. In a game that's this close, you gotta make the right simple play. And I understand Cam Ward wanting to bring the house down, as he's done that for the last couple games with the absence of Ernie Duncan. But again, in a game that's this close and you're trying to clinch that title, make that right pass, make that bounce pass for a layup.
Bell Haynes remains perfect at the stripe. He's got 12, 6 of 6 foul shooting on the afternoon. The reigning America East Player of the Year puts the Cats up by multiple possessions for the first time.
And Vermont's defense finding another level of intensity. Hartford, can they get another back cut to get a bucket and stem the momentum?
Blagievic on a mismatch. And 1 against Bell Haynes. Has had a mismatch there on a switch.
That's a great play run by Hartford, getting that mismatch, recognizing it, as once again Carroll finds the inside. He's got a couple of assists this afternoon, just really able to facilitate the offense from the top of the key as a very good passing big man.
Blagojevic misses the foul shot. 1 of 3 at the stripe today. Everett Duncan from the corner, 2 shorts. The guy that came in red hot, 7 of 8 from 3 his previous 2 games, and the UVM lead stays at 2.
Yeah, he's 1 for 4 from behind the arc today.
Pick and pop, Carroll can't finish, Blagojevic does.
Yeah, Blagojevic just bringing a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, scoring the last 4 points to tie the game. Just very active on the interior around the rim to finish.
42 apiece, our 3rd tie of the day, 4 gone by in the second half. Back and forth we go. Blagojevic with 9, defends on Urquhart and strips the senior, who gets called for the reach-in.
Yeah, just Vermont breaking down a little bit there offensively and defensively. Hartford taking the momentum and getting the game tied.
There's the corner 3 from Jason Dunn, America East leader in threes, and we're still tied.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have some fun with Irving Oral. It's time to fill up, so let's send it to Sean. He's in section 10 with today's Irving Oral Pass the Pump contest. Sean?
All right, thank you, Steve. Hands out here in section 10. Rose MNN for the Irving Oil Pass the Pump contest. Let's get it started. 3, 2, 1, go! Hands to the first row to pass the pump down to the end of the row and back. We win a $10 gift card for each person in that row, and it looks like row N is the winner. Thanks to Irving Oil for supporting the Catamounts today. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks so much. Thanks to Irving Oil. Hey, it's once again time to start thinking about the America East basketball tournament. The Catamounts will host the quarterfinals on Saturday, March 3rd. Stay tuned at UVMathletics.com and UVM Athletics social media for up-to-date ticket information. At Trader Joe's, kids eat free when your young enthusiast wears his or her team jersey or uniform to Trader Joe's for lunch or dinner between now and May 12th. They'll receive a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult meal, limited 2 kids for 1 adult meal purchase.
John Becker's squad, 33 consecutive conference wins in the regular season. And as of about a week ago, Bernie, there were 6 teams left in college basketball undefeated in conference play. That number's now just 1.
Yeah, just a lot of balance and a lot of parity within the league. And, as you mentioned, 5 other teams losing, in the span of about 48 hours. A lot of them on that Thursday night when Vermont beat New Hampshire. And then St. Bonaventure's beating Rhode Island, the last team standing. And here is Vermont. But they're in a dog fight or a hawk fight this afternoon.
The Hawks soaring in the first half with a 12-point lead. We get a tight one here, 42 apiece. Hartford's lost 9 consecutive meetings with these Catamounts. Carroll jukes, spins, up fakes. Can't get the roll. Offensive board, though, for Jason Dunn. And a whistle away from the ball is going to go against Hartford.
Hartford foul number 5, John Carroll.
That foul's on Carroll, his second, just kind of trying to clear some space. Didn't really recognize the relevance as the play was going on, but Carroll called for the push, his second, as the foul starting to mount up for the Hawks here as 4 guys on the floor with 2.
Urquhart lobs into Henson, deflected away. More active hands defensively as Lynch got down to get a tip on it. Weatherington pulls a 2.
Travis Weatherington.
And got a really nice decision right there. Weatherington in transition, pulling up, taking what the defense gives them and knocking down the 2. Here it is, everybody just kind of backing up, waiting for them to try to drop off, and he says, "You're not going to play me? I'm going to make you pay." He knocks down the little jumper as he has 6.
Weatherington, usually the 3-point specialist, has not made a three today. 3 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from two-point range. And Hartford is back on top. 8 lead changes in this one, with 5 gone by in the second half. As the Cats try and clinch their second straight regular season championship, Ernie Duncan, bingo.
Welcome back, Ernie Duncan, the big triple to give the Cats the lead. Missed the last 2 games due to concussion. You saw right there, Vermont trying to go to the high-low. The defense sags in. They find Duncan on the opposite wing. Skip pass, he gets the triple, and the Cats get the lead back.
Crowd comes alive, and a foul here on Henson as Blagojevic attacks the basket.
Number 35, Peyton Henson.
And Blagojevic, just a really tough matchup for the Catamounts. He's 4 of 4 from the field. He's got an offensive rebound and a tip-in, assist, a steal. Just really been that third wheel offensively for the for the Hawks, as he knocks down that free throw, as he becomes the third Hawk in double figures. It's just really that third person to score offensively for Hartford, coming in averaging just under 5 points a game.
Makes 2 of 2. Usually the three-headed offensive monster for Hartford is Carroll, Dunn, and Lynch, but today it's been Blagojevic to replace Carroll as the third guy in double figures.
And Carroll, a guy who can knock down shots easily, so that's that can be unnerving for the Catamounts if he gets going as well.
Back to the zone for Hartford. Bell Haynes tries to penetrate. Backdoor cut from Duncan. Kicks out for Urquhart. Midway through the shot clock. Bullet pass inside from Urquhart to Henson.
Drew Urquhart, just another good delivery right there, finding Henson underneath for the layup, but it all started with the dribble penetration by Trey Bell Haynes to get into the teeth of the defense to make Hartford react and scramble.
4 assists in the game for Urquhart. UVM starting center, Dunn. Can't answer.
Dunn is always ready to catch and shoot from deep. You can't give him a half of a second to catch and shoot because his release is so quick. It's just it's a beautiful thing to watch if you love shooters.
Fouls on J.R. Lynch on the floor. Up to 11 lead changes now in the game, and UVM leads by 1.
There's Urquhart zipping that pass across the lane, finding Henson underneath. Just again, great recognition, good catch and finish by Henson as Lynch picks up his 3rd foul.
And he'll take a seat, starting point guard for the Hawks. Catamounts trying to wrap up the regular season today. UMBC has won, so the Cats need a victory to win it outright. And Duncan knocks down his second 3-3.
Hartford changes it up. They went to the zone. Vermont got the ball to the middle of the floor against the zone. Easy kick out to Duncan, the wide open triple. Vermont back up 4.
Long 2 pulled by Carroll off the back iron. Offensive rebound, though, for Blagojevic. That's his second of the half.
And the only Hartford Hawk with an offensive rebound this afternoon.
Catamounts pressure in front of the Hartford bench, and the Hawks will calm it down here with Jason Dunn, the junior. Part of a huge junior class for Hartford. Steps into a 3, high in the air, front rim. Board pulled down by Urquhart, his 6th.
Great block out by Peyton Henson with a long shot. There's going to be a long rebound. Henson with the block out around the elbow that allowed Urquhart to get that rebound. Trey Bell Haynes gets into the lane, a little too deep, picks up that charge. That's his 3rd foul.
Had Everett Duncan wide open. Here's Ernie Duncan. Knocked down his second straight 3 after missing 2 games with a concussion. The best 3-point shooter in UVM history.
Yeah, just anytime you think you see it leave his hand, you think that it's going in because he's that good of a shooter. And again, it all started with Peyton Henson getting the ball on the inside. Vermont's bigs are just so good at passing the ball and recognizing when to kick it out, and it just leads to easy shots for the Vermont on the perimeter.
Henson will take his seat, as does Bell Haynes. Smith and Rohr back into the game. And J.R. Lynch is back in to run the point for Hartford, so they take him out for a defensive possession. And Hobbs for 3 rattles off. Almost 80% of his attempts this year are 3s. He's 0 for 2, though, today, as Duncan kits for Steph Smith. Urquhart open, thought about a 3, and draws contact against Carroll.
And that'll be Carroll's third foul. As Urquhart again went to tee up from the distance. The shot fake puts it down. Little shoulder-to-shoulder contact with Carroll, and that's Carroll's third, team's fifth.
Just over 12 to go, and there's the fourth on J.R. Lynch, too aggressive defensively.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, you got to recognize that you have those fouls, and I understand you want to get in and create some pressure, but any type of a bump like that, that's an easy call for an official, and he's too good and too important to pick up a fourth foul that far away from the basket. And now Vermont will shoot on every foul.
Duncan thought about a three. Lynch with 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting today, but on the bench with 4 personals. Catamount lead is 4. That matches a game high. Duncan off a pick from Urquhart. Pulls up his dribble, kicks to his brother, mid-right post. Lays down on the post, 2 to shoot. Good if it goes, and it's too short.
If that would have went in, this place would have went crazy. As that was his survive. They were trying to survive on that possession and almost got it to go.
Probably not the shot they were looking for as Dunn rises. Rejected by Urquhart, not once but twice. Steph Smith to bring the building down, too strong. And save to Dunn. Could be a big swing here. Dunn goes in against Urquhart, draws contact, and we'll get to the free throw line. That three by Smith could have been a dagger.
Yeah, just both teams going up and down, playing as hard as possible. Here's Drew Urquhart meeting Dunn at the rim, not once, but twice. He says, see you later. Hartford trails by 4, but when they come back, they'll be at the line to try to cut this lead down to 2.
All right, fans, if you direct your attention to Section 8, Row H, Seat 35. That's today's delivery of the game winner, courtesy of Mr. Delivery. Lucky families receiving 5 guys delivered directly to their seat. Visit MrDelivery.com where you can get favorite local restaurants delivered. All right, we have a winner, Lockria. Lockria has shown the most competitive spirit, has won the fan of the game, and is winning a prize courtesy of Xfinity. And congratulations to Lockria.
UMBC won.
Can you tell them that UMBC already won?
Tell them UMBC won. So already today.
Welcome back here inside Patrick Gym. The Catamounts can clinch the regular season today. UMBC played Albany today and already has won against the Great Danes. Came back to win by 8 points after being down by 12. So the Cats need a win tonight to clinch at least a share of the regular season. They have the tiebreaker on UMBC.
Yeah, a win today clinches the number 1 seed, but as we mentioned, not an outright championship yet. But Hartford, again, just battling and doing everything they can to keep this game close. As Dunn knocks down his free throw. He's 3 of 3 from the line today. He now has 16 points and has knocked down 3 triples as well.
2 for 2 for the junior out of New Jersey. 17 in the game. He's within 60 points of 1,000 in his career. And it's a 1-possession contest again. Hartford's largest lead in the first half was 12. UVM's big into the second half has been 4 on multiple occasions. Ernie Duncan off a pick from Nate Rohr. Pick and roll to Nate Rohr. And the foul's on the floor down low. Carroll defending there with Andrew Ramirez. It's going to go on Jack Hobbs, his second, team's 7th.
That's a lucky break right there for Hartford, as that could have been Carroll's 4 as the fouls have been mounting up. As the big fella Hassan Adi has 4, Lynch has 4, Carroll with 3.
And Nate Rohr knocks down a free throw right there.
First point of the day is a big one.
He's the 9th Catamount to score today.
11 of 17 at the stripe this season, goes 1 for 2. Dunn grabs the rebound, and it stays a one-possession game here in Burlington. Catamounts beat Hartford in the 2003 America East semifinals. Should say Hartford beat UVM 14 years ago. Since then, the Catamounts are 30-2 against Hartford as Jack Hobbs misses his third three.
And Vermont, again, a decade of 20-plus wins, so you're going to have some success against teams as Ernie Duncan knocks down that jumper. He has a sluggish first half for Ernie, but in the second half has hit 3 jumpers.
Reach-in foul on Steph Smith is the team's 6th, and this is the largest lead of the day for UVM as Smith will take a seat along with Rohr and Duncan, Betty Henson, and Belle Haynes back in for the Catamounts, who have won 15 consecutive games.
And now both teams shooting the rest of the way.
Here's Wetherington. Drives in against Belle Haynes. Pulls from 2. Off the back rim. Ernie Duncan, the defensive board of Catamount basketball midway through the second half.
Another good move trying to get inside by Wetherington, trying to use his strength. Got a good look, but just off the mark.
Steph Smith drives into the paint. Feeding Henson. Backs down on Dunn. Tried to draw the charge. Belle Haynes skips it to Steph Smith. Turns to the baseline. 9 seconds left to shoot. Smith will back it away. Defended by John Carroll. Pulls a long 3. Off the back rim. Wetherington skies for the rebound. Lead stays at 5. Here's Ramirez, a junior from Spain, one of 8 international players for this Hartford squad. 7 different countries and 5 different continents. Dunn to the basket.
But the kid from Jersey goes crossover and to the rim for 2. Dunn having a tremendous afternoon. He's got 19, 4 above his average of 15.
Back-to-back 19-point games for Jason Dunn. One away from his 4th consecutive 20-point game on the road. Henson backing down. Got a good look. Didn't go. And it's back to Hartford in a one-possession game.
Yeah, Peyton Henson goes baseline, but here's the crossover by Dunn. The quick change of speed, change of direction. One hard dribble to the tin for 2.
And again, Ernie Duncan, throughout the season, one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, but has missed 2 games coming off concussion. Hard to expect him to defend Jason Dunn coming off that kind of injury.
No question about it, and it's also hard. You don't have your legs underneath you. You probably haven't been able to practice hard. As Carroll, from 17 feet, a mid-range jumper, knocks that down. He has 6. Hartford won't go away. They cut that lead to 1.
Officially a sellout crowd today, and it's a playoff-style atmosphere between the number 1 and number 3 teams in the America East standings. Cats will reset here, 13 to shoot. Cam Ward, left-handed dribble, 27 points combined his last 2 games. Looking for the high screen from Henson. Ward steps back. Got Blagijevic in the air and can't knock it down. Cats wanted a foul. Henson the offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
A lot of contact all over the place. Could have been one on the Cam Ward shot. Peyton Henson corralling a big rebound right there. Got hit a couple of times, and he'll go to the line as Dunn picks up his 3rd foul. And again, the fouls starting to mount for Hartford.
A 1-on-1 situation for Henson. Earns a 2nd. Catamounts now 15 of 17 at the charity stripe today.
Number 15, Jack Hobbs.
And Vermont taking advantage of the foul line as they're only 5 of 15 from the 3-point line. With the shots behind the arc not going down, they have to take advantage of the free throws as they are now 16 of 18 compared to Hartford's 8 of 10.
Stays a single possession game. 11 lead changes today as Hartford tries to snap a 9-game losing skid against UVM. Handoff to Dunn, NBA range. Knocks it down.
That's 3 for Jason Dunn.
And Everett Duncan shaken up as he took a hit on the screen.
Yeah, it could have been a couple of moving screens on the stagger, but you can't give that man, Jason Dunn, any room as he's having an afternoon. He's got 22, and he just tied the game. We got ourselves a 7-minute and 58-second ball game as the game is tied at 55.
Serving food till midnight every night. And Casella Waste Management would like to remind everyone to help keep our facilities clean and sustainable.
Congratulations, winner number 923699. Please report to the.
How much have they won?
Oh, they won $1,438. The highest of the.
This Wednesday, February.
Jason Dunn able to tie this ball game up with NBA range. He's averaging 4 threes a game his last 5, and he's got 4 more today.
Yeah, just putting on a display offensively. 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from behind the arc, 4 of 4 from the foul line, also 4 rebounds, 22 points. Just scoring at every level as we've seen him cross over on the perimeter and get to the rim, and just having a tremendous offensive game.
That's now 4 consecutive road games for Jason Dunn with at least 20 points. Hartford trying to make it 5 consecutive road victories here today. 55 apiece as we come down the stretch. Entry pass to Urquhart, banks it in, and 1.
Just tremendous execution by Vermont out of the timeout, getting the ball inside. Hobbs picks up the foul. He now has 3 as well, as again, he's the 3rd Hawk with 3 fouls. Great pass interior, high-low. Henson to Urquhart. Hoop, arm, natural 3-point play. Catamounts up 3.
3 Hawks with 3 fouls and a pair with 4, including their starting point guard, J.R. Lynch. So it's Jason Dunn for the time being, running the floor with a game-high 22. Takes a screen from Carroll. That motion offense again, and a little trip is going to be whistled on UVM. And it's on Bell Haynes.
And that's his 4th.
Trey Bell Haynes, that's his 4th personal, 17 foul team over the limit.
Trey Bell Haynes contending that Dunn just stepped on his foot.
Substitution for the Hawks, number 4, George Blagojevic in the game.
Yeah, Blagojevic back in the game. He, Lynch, and Dunn are 15 of 22 from the field. The rest of the team, 6 of 22.
Dunn now with 23. He's a 78% foul shooter for the season. Again, this Hartford team scores 72 points a ball game. They've got 3 players averaging more than 13 a game. And that's exactly where we're at today with the 3-headed monster. 1 of 2 for Dunn, 2-point ball game.
And Trey Bell Haynes going to the bench. A place where he's kind of found himself the last 2 games, hampered by uncharacteristic foul problems. And who will step up for Vermont here in the last 7:23 to try to keep the winning streak alive and get a share of the America East Championship for the regular season.
Bell Haynes and Urquhart both in foul trouble on Thursday. Urquhart looking to find it from Ward. He pops a 3 and knocks it down.
Cam Ward just stepping up again, hitting that big 3. Can Hartford recover from a potential dagger by the lefty?
More aggressive defense from the Catamounts. That's team foul number 8. 1-on-1 situation for Travis Weatherington.
Trying to get the ball inside to Urquhart. They back off him. Ward drains that triple. He has 8.
Weatherington, just his second free throw miss of the entire season, and Dunn, a costly foul at midcourt. That's 4.
Yeah, you miss a free throw. Long tip, Cam Ward picks it up. Dunn picks up his 4th. Cam Ward, once again, the spark plug for this Catamount team. Traybell Haynes picks up his 4th foul. Ward comes in, hits that big triple, gets that loose ball, picks up the 4th foul on Dunn. Unable to knock down that free throw, though.
And you could see that foul coming for Dunn. There was no way he was going to get to the position first there.
Yeah, you know, just again trying to get that ball, but to no avail. As Ward knocks down that free throw, he now has 9. Henson and Bell Haynes leading the way with the Cats for 12, but now Cam Ward with 9.
Entry pass into Dunn, spinning to his right, can't finish. Urquhart the rebound, Catamounts by a game-high 6 points. Crowd starting to sense it as Ward drives, gets past 2 and can't finish. Urquhart can.
Cam Ward getting to the rim, almost getting that to go. Drew Urquhart with the tip-in.
And Carroll answers with a lefty drive. Timeout, John Gallagher. That quiets the loudest crowd we've heard all day in this sellout situation.
Yeah, just Vermont, Cam Ward getting to the rim. Drew Urquhart there as that ball rolled off. Got the tip in. Carroll gets that tip in. When we come back, Cats are up 6.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Contact Flat Fee Real Estate, the official real estate partners. Go, Cats, go.
Paul, did you give that to Drew? Yeah. Okay. Come back, talk about the seniors maybe. Peyton with 12, Trey with 12, Cam with 9, Drew with 8. Drew like what is it? 8, 6, and 5, 3 blocks.
11, 9, and 5.
For Drew now? Okay. Yeah, 11, 9, 5, 3 blocks. You know, seniors, right? Senior.
UVM senior class doesn't want to see its 22-game home winning streak come to an end. Catamounts' top 4 scorers today, all from that senior class, but a big bucket from John Carroll at the other end to quiet the crowd.
Yeah, Carroll with the momentum, all Vermont, you know, just taking that ball, going to the rim and getting that finish to cut the lead to 6 with just a little over 6 to play. But you mentioned the seniors, Peyton Henson with 12, Traybell Haynes with 12, Drew Urquhart 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, and a steal. Stuffing that stat sheet. And Cam Ward, who's really sparked, you know, this lead since Traybell Haynes picked up his 4th foul with 9 as well. Hartford comes back into their zone.
It's going to come down to one of the most successful senior classes in Catamount history. Duncan goes to work. Bounces to his brother. Deflected out by Blagojevic. 6 seconds to shoot.
Hartford coming back, you know, with a lot of their guys in foul trouble. Lynch and the big guy, Asaniati, inside. 6 to shoot. Vermont's got to hurry.
Cam Ward weaving through traffic, double clutches, and can't get the roll. That would have been a huge basket.
Yeah, just again, good defense by Hartford. Cam Ward doing his best to get it up there. Comes off the rim. Hartford still within striking distance.
Carroll thought about a three. J.R. Lynch back in the game with 4 fouls. Carroll leans into Henson. Has to pick up his dribble. Looking for the baseline cut. Lynch now in the corner against Ward. Loses control. Stays with the Hawks. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
That's just tremendous defense by Vermont, especially the initial stop of Peyton Henson by John Carroll, who had a little pick and pop isolation.
See what Hartford can find here with 5 to shoot. Atia, hands off. Blagojevic. Whistle before the shot.
A push on Everett Duncan. That'll be his third.
Everett Duncan, his third, team's 9th.
So 1-on-1 situation here for Blagojevic. Catamounts are in the double bonus, and Hartford now 1 foul away. Blagojevic, the Australian, 3 of 5 at the foul line tonight. First one is a big one. .12 in the game for Blagojevic, who's really stepped up his game during conference play. 22 minutes a contest. Just 11 a game during the non-league. Goes 2 for 2.
Yeah, lead down to 4. Hartford back in that 1-3-1 zone. Again, got to get the ball to the middle of the floor at the foul line area.
5 minutes to play. Duncan and Cam Ward play the top. Henson triple team, Duncan open. Off to the left. And Hartford can get it back to a single possession.
And right there, inside out, a good look. One that Duncan's knocked down 2 already in the second half.
Off Duncan's hands, way up in the air. Henson the loose ball. Pushes the pace to Cam Ward. Goes in against Lynch and can't finish. Lynch trying to avoid his 5th foul. And now the point guard has it roll out of bounds off his fingertips.
In a sequence of events that, how do you want to win the game? You know, loose balls, got to catch the ball. Cam Ward went to the rim. Both of the guys that he was going against had 4 fouls. Doesn't get it to go. Then Hartford with a sloppy turnover right there, giving the ball back to Vermont.
Duncan goes into Henson. Bell Haynes to Urquhart. Double teamed in the mid post, spins to his right, banks it in.
Drew Urquhart, again, just stepping up, having a tremendous basketball game. He now has 13. Vermont extends the lead to 6, and all league performers just really taking advantage of the opportunities and stepping up since Anthony Lamb went out. But you want to talk about an all-league performer, John Carroll, again, off the pick and pop from 17 feet, knocking that down. He now has 10. Lead still at 4.
Long 2 there for John Carroll. Double figure scoring in all but 3 games this season. Bell Haynes against the zone. Tries to penetrate. Bounces to Henson. Sheds a defender. Using the window. And Atia the rebound. And Hartford keeps it at 4.
A good look by Henson, point blank. Just kind of short-armed it. He didn't extend and follow through.
3:15 to play in the game. Hartford, 3rd place in the conference. UVM first. J.R. Lynch, fancy footwork, knocks it down. We've seen that all afternoon from the junior guard.
Yeah, just against towards the end of the shot clock, the switch on the high screen and roll. Henson switches out on him. Lynch knocks down that jumper.
Junior out of Hoboken, New Jersey. Urquhart to answer from 15 feet.
Again, against that zone. Where did Vermont get the ball? Elbow extended. Urquhart catches, knocks it down. He has a team high 15.
It's like a boxing match right now. Punch, counter punch.
Yeah, who's going to get a stop?
Jason Dunn from 27 feet. Nothing but net.
Vermont getting lost on the screens. Trey Bell Haynes, Ernie Duncan were supposed to switch. They don't. The long 3 done with 26. Lead down to 1.
His longest 3 of the day, Duncan thought about answering. Exchanging feeds with his brother. 13 seconds to shoot, 2:10 to go in the game. It's a 1-point basketball game here on this Sunday. Bell Haynes spins, goes down. Urquhart reverse lay and is blocked by Atia. And now Hartford can retake the lead.
Yeah, just under 2. Hartford just battling right now. Vermont in need of a stop. But Hartford, got to go to your guy, Dunn.
Dump it down to Atia with the flush.
Great execution right there. Atia getting the ball inside, rising, and finishing with some thunder.
Timeout, John Becker. First bucket of the day for Hassan Atia. The block, the thunder dunk. And that's now 12 lead changes here today. And there's Jason Dunn, whose range knows no bounds. We get a ball game, folks. 90 seconds to go. It's Hartford by 1.
That dunk for Yanni. You don't have that last dunk for the big guy.
Gave it to Roar. Bernie Saplicki, Alistair Ingram here with you. Jason Dunn putting on a shooting clinic of late. The game high 26 on 5 3-pointers. It's UVM basketball, though, down by 1. And if you're the Cats, Bernie, what are you looking for here offensively against the zone?
You just got to get the ball to the middle of the floor. Get it inside out.
Ernie
like
Duncan can't hit. Defensive rebound, J.R. Lynch, and Hartford now can take it under a minute.
Yeah, and again, a good look right there. Good execution. You want Ernie Duncan shooting that shot. Vermont needs a stop, but Hartford does a really good job of limiting Vermont to only one opportunity.
Hartford taking it down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. A foul by either team means 2 free throws. J.R. Lynch, one-on-one against Henson, drives, floats, too short. Rebound ripped away by Carroll, and a fresh shot clock for the Hawks.
And now Vermont, you got to play and get a stop. There'll be about an 18-second differential. Vermont switching on the high screen and rolls, but Hartford takes a timeout.
One timeout left for John Gallagher, whose team is on the brink of a monumental win. Trying to snap UVM's 15-game winning streak, the longest active streak in D1 basketball. There's your situation late with 33 seconds to go. Cats need a stop as they try and retake the lead. There's been 12 lead changes here today, and we get another look at the huge offensive rebound here for the Hawks. And offensive rebounding has not been a big factor today, and that's just will from John Carroll.
Well, it's will, and it's also, if you saw the beginning of that, Trey Bell Haynes just watching, you know, he switched out on Carroll, and he did not block him out, and Carroll just roaring to the rim and getting getting that offensive rebound. Just like, again, Hartford with the opportunity here for a monumental victory and the chance to solidify a top 4 seed and a home game in the first round of the America East Tournament.
Here's Carroll on the edge. Handoff to J.R. Lynch. 6 seconds to shoot. Lynch is double teamed. Dribbling to his right. Corner three from Dunn. Could be a dagger. It's too strong. Carroll finds the rebound. Tries to call timeout. Did he get it?
I don't know. He was out of bounds. He slid. He calls out of bounds. Vermont ball with 15.5 to go.
John Gallagher can't believe it. Here's the corner attempt from Dunn, who's knocked down 5 threes today. Grazes the rim, so the shot clock would have reset. And does his body touch the sideline before the timeout call?
I don't think he had possession as he was going to the ground and then hit the sideline. That should be Vermont's ball.
Yeah, that shot barely hit the rim, too. If it didn't hit the rim, it's a moot point.
That ball did hit the rim.
Right, it did.
Yeah.
So the officials will confer with both head coaches here. And John Carroll with back-to-back offensive rebounds. Question is, does he get the timeout off in time?
That ball clearly hits the rim.
It's close.
Yeah,
very
that's
close.
So it is white ball?
The referees come over. It is going to be Vermont basketball. 15 and a half seconds to go. They're just checking the clock, whether or not the ball hit the rim, which it did. So it'll be Vermont basketball. And the Catamounts with 2 timeouts left. They can advance this one.
Well,
this is
a
pseudo
free
timeout right now.
Yeah, this is a free timeout right now. And again, you got to be interested to see what does Hartford come out with. They've had some success of late with that zone. So you have to have something in your pocket for that, as well as if they decide to come out in the man-to-man. So, you know, I think if I'm Hartford, I go with that zone. It's been so successful. And for Vermont, you got to get the ball to the high post, and then you can go inside out. They're just checking for timing on that. Man, that's a tough call. That's so close.
Again, they're not reviewing that right now.
No.
But there's a decent chance that on super Zoom that Carroll does get that timeout off.
Yes.
Hard to confirm, but there is a chance he gets it off.
But again, as he has the ball, he's falling to the ground, and is he sliding? So is that a travel more so than a timeout or out of bounds? So, you know, it is such a bang play. But the more interesting thing to me, you look at like the last 3-4 possessions, John Carroll's will, John Carroll effort, John Carroll doing everything for Hartford, just trying to, you know, again, impose his will on the game by getting extra possessions, as he has 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, a steal, and no turnovers in 36 minutes, just doing a little bit of everything.
John Becker motioning to the officials that if UVM scores, his team wants an immediate timeout.
No question, but again, Vermont, you got to do one of 2 things. If they're going man-to-man, you want Trey Belhain just to get it and go to the rim. If once you get it into him, you can try to use that high screen and roll. But again, get it to your best player, have him make a play. And you know, I love the monitor and stuff like that, but this has just totally killed the momentum of the game, you know, for like the 3-4 minute delay.
They only added 0.3 of a second
so
on the clock.
I mean, and that 0.3 of a possession is huge, but I don't know. But just get the ball to Trey and let him go.
Reigning Conference Player of the Year in the biggest moment of the regular season for
Coming
the defending champions.
Yep.
Belhain against Atia, spins into the paint, rejected by Carroll. Urquhart the rebound, tries to find Henson, blocked away again with 1 second to go, and Hartford has done it. The Hawks come into the champions' den and snap the longest active winning streak in Division I.
And it's John Carroll once again making the big block as Trey Belhain gets into the lane. You want your playmaker to do that. John Carroll says no. Drew Urquhart, extra pass to Peyton Henson. Hartford collapses. The ball hit out of bounds clearly with 1 second to go. That wasn't called,
but Hartford celebrates with a great win. Watch this on the save right in front of the official as Hartford does a good job with a couple of blocks. We don't get to see that angle, but there was 1 second on the clock with it going out of bounds to no avail. Hartford with a big victory and solidifying an America East first-round home game.
One of the biggest wins for this Hartford program in quite some time, and UVM's 22-game home winning streak has come to a close. The Catamounts fall by 1, 69-68 for Bernie Saplicki, our entire crew. Alistair Ingram saying so long. It's been a presentation of ESPN.
Special thanks to People's United Bank for their support. People's United Bank, where know-how